We're out on our travels once again. Now, if you've not seen us before, my name's Mike, this is Trisha.
Hi.
And in the back of the car is Kira, our little dog. Now, we're out in the car today because if you've been following us, you'll know that we haven't got our camper van Maggie anymore. She's been sold and we're still waiting on our next van to arrive. So we're away tent camping for a few days.
Yes, we are.
Now, it's a while since we've done this.
Yep.
I would say that we probably, the last time that we had the tent out, it would have been around about 2010, 2013.
This tent, yeah. This is a smaller tent than we used to have.
Yeah, we've had quite a lot of tents over the year. We used to do that before we had the camper van, and we used to have quite a lot of fun going away in the tent, didn't we?
Yeah, it was great fun, yeah, till it came to raining and having to put it down.
Well, that's one of the reasons why we got the camper van. We didn't like the packing it all away. When you got weather like this, and it's, I'm afraid to say it's absolutely chucking it down today. So I don't know why we're going away, but we picked today and it's raining, so we decided just to go for it. The tent that we're using, we managed to dig it out and it's not been used for such a long time. We put it up in the garden to see how it would be. And at first I thought it looked fine, I thought it was going to be okay, but on closer inspection, once I went inside, I found that there was quite a bit of mould on the inside, wasn't there?
Yeah, and on the inner tent as well.
So you put that in the washing machine, didn't you?
Yes, I know you're not supposed to, but I thought I'll give it a go because it's not a tent that we probably will use a lot.
Yeah.
So put it through the washing machine and it took some of it off, but not all of it. So I made up a little solution from the internet and tried that.
It's disinfectant basically, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so I was scrubbing away the inside of the tent, all these little pitted little spots of mould, scrubbing away, and you had to go as well. Even though we put it through the washing machine, there was still lots of little bits of mould there, so I saw you scrubbing away at that as well.
Yeah, just to make sure, because you're sleeping in the inner tent, so you don't want to have any mould spores going down into your lungs.
Well, you certainly do not. So we'll see how we get on anyway. Despite the weather, we're hoping that we will have a good time. And it'll give us a chance to give you a little bit of an update too. An update on a couple of things.
Yes.
First of all, the van, the new camper van, what's actually happening with that. The fact that we're away in a tent is probably a little bit of a clue. And then the second thing is the new channel name. Now, because we've sold the Wee Brown van, we can't be the Wee Brown van anymore, and in our last video we did ask you to suggest some names. So we have got a good short list, and we're going to use this little break as the opportunity for us to have a final think.
Yes, we are.
About what the new channel name is, and I think by the end of this video we're going to decide what our new channel name is going to be. But this is going to be the last ever Wee Brown van. It
was bad enough letting go of Maggie, now we've got to do this.
So for the very last time, roll the Wee Brown van intro. Right, that's us arrived. We're at Forfar Caravan and Motorhome Club site, so we're going to get the tent out. Now, it looks like a great little place, very colourful when you arrive. Trish has checked us in, and they've got sunflowers there at reception and lots of flowers about, so really nice looking place, and I can't wait to get pitched up, so that's what we're going to do now. Right, we're pitched up and Trish is away parking the car back at the reception, so it's up to me just to try and tidy up a little bit. Now the first thing I'm going to have to do is get the airbed up. So this is it here. It's a double size airbed, and that should be sufficient for us, and hopefully there'll still be some room at the bottom there for Kira. It is going to be tight, there's no doubt about it. There's a lot of stuff here. Amazing what you need to take for a couple of days, isn't it? That's all the stuff that we've got there. And yeah, we've even got that electric hookup. So we brought some home comforts with us anyway. There's even more stuff out here. Well, it was tidy a couple of minutes ago, wasn't it? But we're going to go out for a wee walk, and that means everything's got to be piled back into the tent. Now the airbed still isn't inflated. The reason for that is the little flex tail pump that I was using for it. It wasn't fully charged, so we're just going to have to get it on charge. There it is there, it's on charge, so we're going out for a walk now just to go around Forfar Loch, and I'm sure it'll be charged when we get back, and by then it'll be barbecue time. We decide to have lunch before we head off. Kira can be a fussy eater, and she takes some persuasion to have her biscuits, but eventually she settles down on the grass to eat them. Then we head off for our walk around the loch, which is directly accessible from the campsite. Forfar Loch is on the west side of Forfar, and the circular walk is around 2.5 miles. Part of the walk is through woodland, and when we come to a bench I ask Trisha what she thinks about going back to a tent.
Too much faff. Definitely too much faff.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, getting the tent up is fine. We practiced that, so we were quite quick at doing that. But it was getting all the stuff out the boot.
Yeah, I accept
the
that.
chairs, getting everything like that set up. And I miss Maggie and rocking up, popping the top, turning the chair. Okay, we had to move the bedding for the back up to the storage, but.
Yeah, it seems to me like we've got bags everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, there's always some place to put things when we were in the camper van, but here there's a lot of things lying about. And I suppose once we get settled in tonight, and once we've had the barbecue, and we'll be able to tidy things up a little bit, and I think we'll be fine, don't you?
Yeah, I think we will be.
Yeah, but what do you think about the site in general?
It's a really nice site.
Yeah. And what I love about it is it's right beside the Forfar Loch here.
Yeah, which is where we're sitting at the table.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lovely walk right the way around the loch, and there's a great place for kids to play. There's a little outdoor sports area if you want to have a go on that, which you did, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
A little twisty thing.
Bit of twist and shout.
Yeah, I had a go at doing some press-ups. So, yeah, I'm maybe a little bit out of shape, but, I gave it a good old go. Once or twice up and down I was. And then I think Trish caught me cheating, so...
Yeah.
Didn't you?
It doesn't count when your feet stay on the ground.
No, it doesn't, I suppose. And as for the new van, what's happening with that then?
Well, it's been delayed, so it's not due to come now until November. Instead, we were supposed to get it August.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's, about a 3-month delay or something like that?
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're going to be doing until then. We're a camper van channel without a camper van, aren't we?
Yes.
We'll find something to do. We're back at the tent, and in fact we've had our barbecue, and don't know about you, but I really enjoyed mine.
I really enjoyed my tuna. It was delicious. And the way you cooked the asparagus was lovely as well.
Yeah, it was nice.
But the clouds, I felt we're maybe going to get a wee bit of rain.
Yeah.
They were very, very dark and grey.
It was looking very grim for a while, I have to say. And I thought that I was going to have to just grab everything and rush into the tent, because it was, like I say, really quite grim, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very, very grim.
So anyway, we're going to just be taking this little monster out, Kira, because she's pestering us. Look, she is here.
She is. Stop annoying us.
She wants to go out and play with her ball. She's obsessed with it. So we're going to do that. We're going to take her and give her some ball play, and then we'll probably go to our beds. And we'll also be having a wee think about our channel name too, because we still haven't quite decided, but we have made a list. Now this is all the suggestions that came in from friends and family, so anyone who has commented on our last video suggesting a name, look out for it, because it could be coming up right now.
Stay
think of that though? There were some pretty good ones, wasn't there?
There were some very good ones, yeah.
And some maybe not quite so good, but all suggestions that came from you guys, friends and family. So we've got a lot to think about, and we think we're just about
Maybe.
decided. We think. So we're going to sleep on it, and tomorrow we're definitely going to decide.
Yes.
It's the next morning and we're up early to give Kira some ball play at the football pitch beside the campsite. Sometimes she drops the ball for Tricia to throw, and sometimes she drops it for me. Then after Kira's exercise, it's a 10-minute walk into Forfar to see what we can see. It's lunchtime and I've decided that I quite fancy a Forfar bridie, so I go into this bakery to buy one. We managed to find a bridie shop. It wasn't too difficult, there's a few of them around, but this one was recommended. McLaren and Sons of Forfar, baker, established in 1893, so they've been doing it for a while. It should be good.
Yeah. Do you know why it's called a bridie?
I'm not quite sure, but
So it was originally said to have been for the bride's feast, and its shape, show them its shape,
right, okay.
it's supposed to be like a horseshoe for
Yeah.
luck.
I'm looking forward to this. It's basically, this is minced beef and short crust pastry. It's a bit like a Cornish pasty, but there's no vegetables in this, just beef. You can get a plain one, which in Scots slang, that's a plainin. Or you could get an onion one, which is an ingin one, or an inginin. And of course, if you have the two of them, then that's a plainin and an ingin and an a. Did you get that? A plainin and an ingin and an a. Here we go.
What's inside? Ooh.
Mmm,
Tastes good?
very good. After lunch, we pop in for a drink at the Giddy Goose, and we all have one for the road. That's us back at the tent, and just in time too, because the rain's come on.
Yeah, we've had to close up the tent.
We have. So we're nice and cosy in here, but it was a good day out in Forfar. And as we were going round, we were having a little think about our channel name once again. We were talking about it last night,
Yes,
and the thing is, we couldn't really decide because we had a difference of opinion, didn't we? I wanted one thing and Tricia wanted the other. So I quite fancied using our names. And you quite fancied having something Scottish.
Yes, I do
Didn't
believe
you?
well, we're Scottish, so we should have a Scottish name there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought, well, most people that have subscribed to us know us as Mike and Tricia, because our old intro, we were Mike and Tricia was on there all the time. You know us by now, I'm sure. But Trish wanted something Scottish, so in the end we actually decided to combine two of the names that you saw on that little montage that we played earlier, and we've went for fanfare. We've went for Mike and Tricia Out and About. Mike and Tricia Out and About.
Mike and Tricia Out and About.
I think it's got quite a good ring to it. Now, if you're subscribed to Wee Brown Van, you don't need to worry, because we'll still come up on your YouTube feed. Just because we've changed the channel name to Mike and Tricia Out and About, you'll still see us, we'll still pop up when you put YouTube on. If you've not already subscribed, then I suppose there's a little bit of a risk that you might not be able to find us when we change our channel name. So I think this would be a good time to hit the subscribe button to make sure that when we're back with the new van, that you'll not miss out on anything. You'll see us in our adventures.
Yes.
Whenever that's going to be.
Whenever that's going to be, yeah.
Yeah. So the new van's coming in
Fingers crossed.
November,
November.
isn't it? And who knows, there might be something before then that we can film.
Well, hopefully, yeah. If we get more days like this, we could go away in the tent again.
Yeah, that would be great. So anyway, whenever it's going to be, look out for us. Mike and Trisha, out and about. That'll be the next video.
It will.
See you on that one. Ta-da!
Bye.